cross for us, and that he's no longer on the cross, but he is resurrected. That means he's alive. So tomorrow we'll be celebrating that Jesus is alive. So I have a little resurrection egg story to share with you, and I'll need some helpers sometimes. So I might pick you to help me. So first of all, we start out our story with the little blue egg. And this one's already up here, so we're going to use her. Can you open this little blue egg for us and show us what's in there? Hold it up and hold up. Show them what's in there. It's a donkey. That little egg has a donkey in it. In Jesus' day, most people walked everywhere they went. But the people rode donkeys. See the little donkey? And if you look up there too, you can see the donkey up on the wall too. So the little donkey. On the day that Jesus rode into the city, the people were thrilled to see him. They believed that he was the new king and that he had come to save them. And the people showed their happiness by spreading the branches and their coats on the road. And the donkey went across the coats of the palms. And that's why they call it Palm Sunday. So Jesus rode into town on a donkey. Thank you for helping me. The next egg we got is the pink egg. Let's find out what's in the pink egg. Looky there. Silver coins. It's money. Silver coins. Not everyone was happy to see Jesus. And to believe that he was a king. Some people even pretended to be happy, but on the inside they really didn't want anything to do with him. There was a pretender named Judas Iscariot, and he went and sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. So he sold it for money. We got a light purple egg. Hold it and show me what it is. It's a little tiny cup. There's a cup. Jesus had special dinner with his disciples. 12 of his closest friends who traveled with him learned from him. And during the meal, Jesus stood up and held a cup and gave everyone a drink from the cup. And he said, "This is the wine that was made into his blood." He didn't mean that they would actually be drinking blood, but he wanted them to remember that special night and the promise he was making to all the people that he was going to die for their sins. The orange egg. The praying hands. After dinner with his disciples, Jesus took them into a garden, and he asked them to pray while he went to another place, and he prayed, and he began to talk to God. He began to be sad and dreadful, and he knew what was going to happen soon, that he was going to die. Jesus was willing to die for our sins, and he said that he would lay down his life for our sins. They wouldn't take it, but he would lay down his life for us. The God part of him was willing to die because of his great love for us, and the human part of him did not want to experience the great pain that he would suffer on dying on the cross. So we need to remember that he prayed, and he prayed for us, and we need to pray also. Inside is a whip. When Jesus finished praying in the garden, the men wanted to kill him. They took him as a prisoner. Then they brought Jesus to Pilate the ruler, and they had him whipped with whips, and until he was bleeding. It was sad. Jesus hadn't done anything wrong, but they wanted Jesus out of the way. They didn't want him to live. They wanted for him to die. The next egg. Would you like to? I want to open this one. It's the yellow egg. It's a rooster. For you may wonder what a rooster has to do with the Easter story. For Peter, one of the disciples, Jesus said that the rooster would crow 3 times and that Peter would deny him. And he promised that Jesus, no matter how dangerous things would get, that he would follow him. But he began to change when Peter realized that he had planned to kill Jesus, and that in fact Peter was afraid, and he decided, he denied even knowing Jesus. He was scared that they would kill him too. And the rooster crowed, and he remembered that Jesus said, "You will deny me." So even Jesus' friends even turned their back on him when he needed him. The light orange. It's a crown of thorns. After Jesus had been whipped, and the soldiers took branches with thorns and they twisted him into the shape of a crown, and they placed it on Jesus' head, and it made him bleed. You know, because Jesus was the Son of God, he could stop the men from hurting him, but he let them continue. And he did it because he loves you and me. And he was willing to be our punishment for all the wrong things that any person has ever done. And this includes you and me. The green egg. Inside is 3 nails. The Bible tells us that Jesus was stronger than any man, and the soldiers couldn't have killed Jesus if he had not let them. But he did not fight off the soldiers. Because God loves people so much, he was willing to let Jesus be punished for our sins, and that God loved us, and he was willing. He was willing to do what God the Father had asked Jesus to do. So they nailed him to the cross with 3 nails.
Teressa, one of these little girls maybe?
They did.
Oh, okay.
In the purple egg, we have a spear. There were 2 soldiers, 2 robbers that were crucified with Jesus, one on each side of them. And when the soldiers came to check the 3 men on the crosses, Jesus had already died. To make sure, one of the soldiers stabbed Jesus in the side, and blood and water came out. And it was sad to think that Jesus died, that he died in such a cruel way. But remember that Jesus gave up his life for us. He was willing to die for all our sins. This includes you and me. It's a white linen cloth. After Jesus died, a man named Joseph asked if he could bury him. This was a brave thing to do, and the love that Joseph had for him. Remember, the men who killed Jesus did not believe that he was the Son of God. But Joseph did believe, and he wanted Jesus to have a proper burial. So they wrapped Jesus in a white cloth and put him in a tomb. And they rolled a stone in front of the tomb. Jesus was buried, special soldiers were assigned to stand guard at the tomb. But there were men to march to match God's angel. It just took one angel to roll the stone away. The guards were so afraid and they fainted. And our last egg. Let's see, who's not have a turn? Shava, what are you? You don't know what to do? The last egg is the white egg. Let's see what's in it. It's empty. The white egg is empty because he has risen. Jesus is no longer in the grave. He's not in the tomb. He is risen. So the white egg represents the tomb being empty. Jesus wasn't in the tomb. The stone rolled away. The angel came and said, he's not here. He's alive. So that's why we celebrate Easter tomorrow, is because Jesus died on the cross for our sins. And he was in the grave, but he came alive. Through the power of God and through his love for us, he's no longer in the grave, but he is alive and lives in our hearts. And he lives in heaven, so we can live there someday. So that's why